안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to Thursday's edition of The Culture Wave. I'm Kwon-Soa in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date on K-entertainment, K-heritage, K-tourism, K-everything. And before you know, you'll be booking your flight to Korea. Now today I am joined by our co-host Bella Kim in the studio. Hello Bella.
Hi Soa, and hello to everyone joining us today on The Culture Wave. I'm Bella, back again to co-host and fill you guys in with the latest in K-entertainment.
Bella, let's 떠나요 둘이서
모든 걸 훌훌 버리고 제주도 푸른 밤 그 별 아래.
Well, our viewers might be a little surprised here. We're not going to take part in a singing audition, but we have a Jeju theme going on today.
Right.
We're going to meet someone who's on the beautiful southernmost island of Korea, who's part of the JDC Global Friends program, and JDC is standing for Jeju Free International City Development Center. So that's going to come up.
Yes.
But first, we're going to start with you, Bella, and K-Enter News.
Right.
And our first story is also about Jeju. So
That
what do
is
you
correct. 17 member Seung-kwan has shown his warm heart by making a donation to Jeju Island. On Wednesday, his agency Pledis Entertainment announced that Seung-kwan donated 20 million won, that's about 15,000 US dollars, to the Korean Heritage Service and the National Trust for Cultural Heritage to help preserve and protect the cultural heritage of Jeju Island, especially for the preservation of the Jeju 43 archives. Seung-kwan is well known for his exceptional love for his home island of Jeju. He was appointed as an ambassador for Jeju last November and also contributed to the protection of the endangered Indo-Pacific humpback dolphins through the Jeju Provincial Office. And additionally, at the 13th UNESCO Youth Forum held back in 2023, Seung-kwan actually shared that Jeju is the first region in the world to be designated by UNESCO in 3 categories of natural environment simultaneously.
It just seems like yesterday when we reported on him having been appointed as ambassador of Jeju. So it's really great to see his continuous gestures of love for the island.
Definitely.
And next we have some exciting news for fans of a specific girl group.
That is correct. Boom, 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 boom. Le Sserafim will tour North America for the very first time since their debut. According to their agency, Source Music, the group will embark on a North American tour starting in September as part of their Easy Crazy Hot World Tour. Le Sserafim will start in New York on September 3rd, followed by concerts in places like Chicago, San Francisco, Las Vegas, and Mexico City. Easy Crazy Hot is the group's first ever world tour since their debut in May 2022. The tour kicked off in Korea back in April this year, followed by the concerts in Japan. And after they wrap up the Japan leg of the tour this week, they will continue and head over to Taipei, Hong Kong, Manila, Bangkok, and Singapore in July.
Now viewers might think, Bella, you actually are preparing for an audition. Anyways, very exciting news for fans around the globe of Le Sserafim. And now we're going to move on to some film festival. And it is the Busan International Fantastic Film Festival.
That's right.
And a showcase on one of Korea's renowned actors. What's that about?
That is correct. Actor Lee Byung-hun has been chosen as the focus of this year's Busan International Fantastic Film Festival's special actor showcase titled The Master Lee Byung-hun. The showcase will share his acting journey, including screenings of his signature films, press conferences, mega talks, and also stage greetings. And anticipation is also very high for Lee Byung-hun's appearance at the red carpet at the festival's opening ceremony that will be held on July 3rd. Since 2017, BFAN has been selecting leading contemporary actors to feature in its special actor showcases, previously highlighting stars such as Jeon Do-yeon, Jung Woo-sung, and Kim Hae-soo. The 29th edition of the film festival, set to run from July 3rd to 13th, will screen a total of 217 films from 41 countries.
I'm sure that many fans are looking forward to that showcase.
Definitely.
I mean, Lee Byung-hun has been starred in many amazing films. Well, thank you very much, Bella, for those updates.
Yes, I'll stick around.
And now let's go over to our AI anchor, Ari, for other culture-related news. Ari, take it away.
Hello and welcome to your AI guide to the latest cultural updates from Korea. Here's our top story. A special Korea-Japan joint performance is set to be staged on Friday at the National Kugak Center in Seoul, marking the 60th anniversary of the two countries' diplomatic normalization. Co-organized by the Kugak Center and the Japan Arts Council. The event is part of an ongoing series of Korea-Japan cultural exchanges celebrating this special year. The Korean program will present the Royal Court Music 수제천 and 학연화 대처용무합설, a composite performance that brings together prominent royal dances from the Joseon dynasty. From Japan, performers from Okinawa will stage yuku, dance, and kumi odori, a traditional musical drama originally created to welcome Chinese imperial envoys. Kumi odori is a UNESCO intangible cultural heritage of humanity. The National Theatre of Korea's flagship summer music event, the Jeju Festival, will kick off on July 4th. This year's festival is poised to capture audiences with a fresh take on the charm of traditional Korean folk songs, featuring Korea's beloved singers Im Suni and Choi Baek-ho, as well as jazz vocalists and indie bands. The festival will reinterpret folk songs through various musical genres. Artistic director Lee Moon invited audiences to come and explore a whimsical land of folk music. Since its debut in 2010, Jeju has presented innovative performances rooted in Korean music, attracting over 82,000 spectators to date. Have you ever seen Korea's East Coast transformed into a vibrant sea of purple lavender? Donghae City is set to host its annual Lavender Festival at Murungbeol Yucheonji, a renowned tourist spot celebrated for its emerald green lake and stunning natural scenery. From June 14th to 22nd, visitors can immerse themselves in breathtaking views as 12,000 lavender plants bloom across a sprawling 20,000 square meter field. This year, the festival introduces nightscape lighting with extended visiting hours until 10 p.m., creating a captivating and enchanting atmosphere after dark. Visitors can also enjoy a unique nighttime boating excursion on the lake, so don't miss it. That's all from me. Stay tuned to the Culture Wave.
It no longer comes as a surprise to hear that Korea's culture, including its cultural content industry, has become one of the leading growth engines of the country. South Korea's new president, Lee Jae-myung, has pledged to expand the nation's cultural industries further with strong support for arts and culture. Lee Eun-jin explains the strategy.
Part of the new Lee Jae-myung administration's national vision is turning South Korea into a top cultural powerhouse, one of the top 5 global soft power leaders.
한국 문화가 세계를 사로잡고 있습니다. 문화가 곧 경제이고 이제 문화가 국제 경쟁력이 됐습니다. 한국 문화의 국제적 열풍을 문화 산업 발전과 좋은 일자리로 연결시켜야 합니다.
President Lee sees culture and content not just as industries, but as central pillars of South Korea's growth strategy, being dubbed the K Initiative. He pledged to significantly increase the national budget for culture, which currently accounts for just 1.33% of the total spending. He set a goal of approximately tripling the current size, with a goal to expand the size of the domestic arts and culture industry market to 300 trillion won. That's $211 billion, and boost cultural exports to $35.2 billion by 2030. The government's vision of a soft power Big Five includes areas of food, beauty, K-pop, dramas, and webtoons.
적극적인 문화예술 지원으로 콘텐츠의 세계 표준을 다시 쓸 문화 강국, 글로벌 소프트 파워 5대 강국으로 도약할 것입니다.
Pledges by the Lee administration also include systematic government support at various stages, from the beginning of content creation to distribution and overseas expansion. This includes increasing policy incentives in the K-content industry, such as expanding research and development and providing financial assistance and tax benefits. For K-pop, which is already globally recognized, support will be strengthened for building cutting-edge virtual studios, as well as large-scale multi-purpose arena-style performance venues. So far this year in the Korean arts and culture scene, soprano Jo Soo-mi received the Order of Arts and Letters from the French Ministry of Culture, and conductor Chung Myung-un became the first Asian to be appointed music director of Milan's La Scala Opera House. Director Hwang Dong-hyuk of Squid Game also received a Special Achievement Award at a U.S. television awards ceremony. And most recently, President Lee Jae-myung congratulated the Korean musical Maybe Happy Ending for winning the country's first Tony Awards. 이은진, 아리랑 뉴스.
And while Korean culture is growing its presence abroad, arts and culture from overseas is also enjoyed here in Korea. So it's also the exchange that is growing. An exhibition of works by Anthony Browne, a master storyteller through words and pictures, will be showcased in Seoul. From his first work to the latest released last year, visitors can see the original artwork of the artist's 50-year career. Cha Young has this report.
The British author and illustrator Anthony Browne has dedicated his work A Boy, His Dog and the Sea to his late brother. The work illustrates the village where the artist is currently living. Browne has often shown the notion of opposites, such as big and small, by, for example, showing various primates in Big Gorilla, a book of opposites. He has also shared a warm look at the relationship between a grandfather and grandchild through My Granddad. Browne, who is 78, has been illustrating daily life in his new picture books. Anthony Browne leads us step into a world of imagination and warmth for readers through the beautiful picture books with familiar characters and pastel colors.
Hidden clues and whimsical details in his illustrations invite visitors to discover references to famous artwork. The essence of Browne's storytelling is the combination of observation, dialogue, and imagination.
Browne's stories explore a wide range of themes resonating with readers of all ages. Family members can enjoy his original artwork, including his latest unpublished creations.
It was so much fun to see the pictures that I had already seen from his book. It seemed like the characters came to life.
Anthony Browne exhibition, A Master of the Storytelling, will be showcased at Hangaram Art Museum Gallery 3 and 4 of Seoul Arts Center until the end of September. 차윤경, 아리랑 뉴스.
소설대문은 닫힌 채였다. 그 앞에서 마리가 고개를 젖히고 현판을 올려다봤다.
This year has been designated as Visit Jeju Heritage Year 2025, an initiative to promote tourism to the island with a focus on exploring its cultural heritage and history, including the Jeju volcanic island and lava tubes, the Jeju Haenyeo culture, and the Jeju April 3rd incident. Recently, the Jeju Dark Tour program has been gaining popularity. This tour traces the painful periods of the island's history. Now we connect now to Pyu Shin Motet, who is in the middle of this tour as part of Jeju Free International City Development Center, or JDC's Global Friends program. Hello, Pyu.
Hi, Pyu.
Hello.
So first of all, could you please introduce yourself to the Culture Wave viewers?
Hello, I am Pyu from Myanmar. I'm one of the JDC Global Friends. The reason why I came to Korea is to fulfill my dream. As a big fan of K-drama, I wanted to study in Korea since I was 14 after watching Voice Over Flowers drama. So I lived in Jeju for 2 years and studied my master's degree of international trade at Jeju National University.
Okay, Pyu, so you did introduce yourself as Global Friends. Please tell us about this Global Friends program and who's part of it and what do you do there?
JDC Global Friends is a group of foreigners from various nationalities, for example, American, Canadian, Kyrgyzstan, Mongolian, Malaysian. It consists of 20 people and is divided into 5 teams. We carry out various missions to showcase Jeju and promote the JDC projects. I also take part in creating videos highlighting the beauty of Jeju.
Right, I did get to check out some of those videos of JDC Global Friends, and you make tours, like restaurant tours, you go shopping on Jeju Island, and a lot of more content. Now, as a Global Friends member, you must have traveled to all corners of the island. So tell us about those places, and were there any places you really were especially impressed about?
Of course, I love Jeju, so I visited a lot. Places in Jeju like Dongmon Market, Udo Island, Hallasan, and also many beautiful beaches and waterfalls. Among them, I love Hallasan the most. It's the highest mountain in South Korea. It's the Shi volcano, and that's especially beautiful in winter. I visited it with my friends last winter. It was amazing and one of my unforgettable memories of Jeju. Actually, Jeju is beautiful in every season, but don't forget to take a big umbrella. In the summer, it's windy and rainy heavily.
Right, but right now the weather looks really nice behind you. So could you tell us where you are actually right now?
Well, this is called Jinji Cave, which was created by the Japanese military mobilization of the Jeju residents to create a secret base on Jeju Island.
Wow, and how was the experience in the cave?
We can learn a lot about the lives of Korean people in Jeju during the Japanese occupation. It's a really heartbreaking and meaningful experience.
So the Jeju Dark Tours program must be a quite different experience from other conventional tourism tours that we know of. It's because you get to explore the dark and painful past of the island, and especially from the view of a foreigner, it must be a very unique experience. Could you tell us more about that experience?
Well, like Korea, our country, Myanmar, also known as Burma, was a colony in the past. British ruled the Burma for over 100 years, and Japanese ruled for 3 years. Korea Peninsula was liberated in 1945, and after 3 years in 1948, Myanmar was liberated. Both countries had similar history, so I can deeply relate to the pain of Korean people at that time. I can imagine how they feel so bad. This tour helped me understand their suffering more clearly.
So previously, you did introduce some of the places to visit in Jeju Island, but including the dark tours, there's so many things to do in Jeju Island, or to see and to eat as well, of course. If you were to recommend a place or things to do to your family or friends, what would it be?
Jeju Island is not only full of natural attractions, but also rich in historical significance. In Jeju, the head of South Korea, you can do so many activities which you like. If you are a mountain person, I can recommend you to go Halasan or Orums, which are small hills in Jeju Island. If you are a beach person, Hamdok Beach, Hotel Beach, Gwaji Beach are the best for you to visit in summer. Or you like to learn history, you can go to Kwangdong, Jeju April 3 Park. And also you can try some activities like horse riding or snorkeling like Korean female divers called Haenyeon. If you come to visit Jeju, don't forget to try Jeju tangerines, omegi tteok, seafood noodles, and also Jeju plaid pork. I will recommend visit Jeju. You won't regret it.
Well, thank you very much for those recommendations. And especially because you have been there for 2 years, as you said, you got to experience all the 4 seasons of Jeju Island.
Right.
And finally, what are your plans after this tour? And what else would you like to experience on Jeju?
I graduated in this year, February, so I moved to Seoul to get a job. But I went back to Jeju every month. Jeju is such a kind of my hometown in Korea. If I have a chance to live in Jeju, I want to live with my family happily and peacefully. I recommend to visit Jeju to everyone who I met. In 2 years, I went almost every tourist spot in Jeju so I can guide them well. I also uploaded my social media accounts about my life in Jeju. Thank you and goodbye.
Okay, thank you very much, Pugh, for connecting with us today and introducing us to the Jeju Dark Tour, which really seems to be a great opportunity to look back at and remember the suffering of the past while enjoying the peacefulness that we have today on the island. So enjoy the rest of the tour, and thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Bella, as always. We're going to talk to you again pretty soon.
Yes, very soon.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave for your daily dose of K-culture issues.